Disgraced ex-governor Mark Sanford cleared the first hurdle of his political comeback bid on Tuesday night, earning a spot in a runoff for the GOP nomination in his former congressional district. The winner of the April 2 GOP runoff will face Democrat Elizabeth Colbert Bush, a political novice with a famous last name. She is the older sister of comedian Stephen Colbert and the director of business development at an old naval shipyard. Colbert Bush easily defeated perennial candidate Ben Frazier to win her party's nomination. Sanford, whose extramarital affair in 2009 derailed his political career, was the top vote-getter among 16 Republicans running to replace Tim Scott in the U.S. House. There was a tight race for the second spot in the GOP runoff between State Senator Larry Grooms and State Representative Chip Limehouse. South Carolina's 1st District, the Republican stronghold, is centered in Charleston and runs along the Atlantic coast from Hilton Head Island to Georgetown County. Scott, who was appointed to the U.S. Senate in January, won a second House term last year by more than a 2-to-1 margin. Republican Mitt Romney carried the district in the presidential election by 18 percentage points. Sanford enjoys high name recognition in the district, which he represented for 6 years before being elected governor in 2002, but the crowded GOP field made it difficult for him to go over the 50% required to avoid a runoff. His final vote total Tuesday night could provide clues on whether he will have an easy or difficult time in the next round of balloting. Several current or former office holders were running, including ex-Charleston County Council member Curtis Bostic. High school economics teacher Teddy Turner, the son of the CNN founder, made a splash with his campaign commercials. Cortone Dawson, the former state Republican Party chairman, said he believes voters will be able to get past Sanford's infidelity. He said the concern he hears is that Sanford lied and covered up the affair. Sanford disappeared for several days in 2009, telling his staff he was hiking on the Appalachian Trail when in reality he was visiting his mistress in Argentina. Sanford is now divorced and engaged to Marab Ellen Shapur, the woman he called his soulmate during the tearful news conference in which he admitted his affairs. In his first campaign commercial of this race, Sanford humbly spoke of a God of second chances as he mentioned his mistakes. "I'm not condoning the affair, but I think the question is, will voters forgive him for not telling the truth," Dawson said. Democrats have high hopes for Colbert Bush, who has done well with fundraising and grassroots organizing. Dawson said it's clear that the Democratic Party will make Sanford the issue if he is the GOP nominee, since it is a narrative that the Republican himself injected in the special election. The concern for Republicans is what happens if the runoff is too damaging to their candidates, which might give Colbert Bush an opening in the general election. Special elections are typically low turnout affairs that bring out only the most committed voters. Democrats have shown since 2008 that they can run winning campaigns in these short races, in New York, Mississippi and Illinois, where Republicans previously held congressional seats. Gibbs Knotts, chairman of the political science department at the College of Charleston, said that kind of success would require Republicans to make mistakes and Colbert Bush to have the resources to stay competitive. In the run-up to the primary, Stephen Colbert helped his beloved big sister Lulu raise campaign funds in New York and Charleston. "Every word out of her mouth is about jobs," Knotts said, noting that is a message from Colbert Bush that could resonate. "A very smart, well-run campaign could win, but it's still a pretty big hill to climb for Democrats."